Hey everyone, Lisa Heverly here, Nature Superhero Network, coming on. I love getting questions, and so I have a couple of questions in my inbox. And I think I'm going to start with this question, which is, how do you know when it's time to make a change? And, that's a big question. So, this is a person who is working not in a nature-based setting, in a more traditional setting, feeling a little bit of burnout, feeling unfulfilled, and trying to figure out if now is the time. If now is the right time to make that shift to nature-based work. This is a person who values nature for their own mental health, who values nature and sees the importance of it for young children, but of course has a family of her own, and just kind of weighing all of the factors, right? All of the factors that we think about when we look at making a job change, or going out on our own and doing our own thing as entrepreneurs. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a big decision. But I thought I would just walk you through my experience, because I'm never going to tell you that you should do something a certain way, right? Or that you should just do it. I acknowledge that we all have different lives that we are living, and different circumstances and different things that we have to think through. But I will take you through my process of becoming a nature-based business owner. And this started way back in 2012, where I had been working in the public school system for many years and really wanting to do something different for children, and thought, what can I do to provide an experience where I know children are getting what their brains and bodies desperately need to learn more complex skills? And how can I support children who oftentimes, when they're receiving therapy or getting extra support, are often by themselves? And how can I bring children together where they can be with their peers or develop friendships? Is that possible? Can I do that? And so I looked at my property and I thought, I'm going to give this a try. I want children to reconnect with nature. Nature in the outdoors makes perfect sense. It's a natural space where play often happens and develops. And so that is kind of where the idea came from, really wanting to do it differently, and the strong passion to do right by children. Because we as OTs understand development and what key things are important for the brain and body, for the mind, body, and spirit to develop. And so there it was. That was my decision. I'm going to do this. I consulted with a couple of dear friends who were speech therapists, and they said, yeah, this is awesome. We will support you. I talked it over with my husband, and he thought, sure, let's do it. And so from there, my son is home early. I don't know why. So anyway, sorry about the distraction. So then I had the support, and I did not dive in with 2 feet. And I do think, this was really helpful for me to feel better about making the decision, was that I started as a side gig, that this wasn't this big risk didn't feel so risky, because I decided just to start small. And so small meant providing therapeutic nature camps in the summertime. And I think, the first few years I didn't have any private clients, right? And so that is where I started, just doing some things in the summertime. And of course, things have grown and progressed since 2013, where So much so that last year I just said, oh my gosh, I can't do all of these jobs anymore. I have to decide one way or the other. And I had, truth be told, been feeling like I needed to make a decision, my nature-based work or stay with school-based. I've been contemplating that decision for several years before I actually made the decision. So when you start thinking like, I need to make a decision, I really encourage you to make the decision. But you know, fear sets in, what if set in. But what I will tell you is this, things to think about. And maybe this resonates with you. Like, I don't do anything just half, you know what. If I make a decision to do a presentation, let's say, to support a client in the school setting, to work collaboratively with a team, that I'm all in, that I give 110%. And, you know, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I was a valued member of my school-based team, that I was often looked to help solve big problems that children were experiencing. And I would be educating paraprofessionals and doing in-services. And so I had a lot to offer, and I went above and beyond. But it came time for me to decide, do I want to continue to work that hard for someone else, or should I put all of that energy into my business? And if I did that, what would the outcome be, right? And so that is where I am today, where I made that decision to invest my time, to invest my energy, to invest my skill set into my own nature-based business. And it continues to grow and do well, and my private practice has just taken off. And so it's been a great thing. But making the decision is a personal one, but I will never regret choosing to invest my time, effort, energy into something I believe in and that I am passionate about. Does that mean that every day is easy? Nope. Does that mean there's a lot to learn? Yep. But the time and energy I'm investing comes back to me, right? That I reap the financial benefit of my hard work, that I reap the benefit of knowing that my skills are being utilized to the maximum potential, which equals maximum functional outcomes for those that I serve, that I am providing a meaningful service, an important service for the community where I live. And so for all of those reasons, and for many more, I am so grateful for the opportunity to do the work that I do. And, you know, my only regret is that I probably should have quit that other job a little bit sooner. But I had to come to terms with those fears, and just knowing that whatever came my way, that I would be able to handle. And so that's where I am today, handling all that comes, having that mindset that I'm a lifelong learner, but knowing in my heart that the work that I'm doing is not only important, but I get to reap the financial benefits of all the work that I do, which of course is important, right? As we look to make a living, pay our bills, and all those things that we want to get from the work that we do. But it's possible. It's more than possible. And so if you are on the fence and you've done the pros and cons of what it would take or what it would look like to go out on your own, or to make a job change, or to maybe even decrease your hours, right? If you could even just do that, to explore further what you're truly passionate about. And if you're in this group or you're subscribing to this YouTube channel, my guess is that you're curious about nature-based therapy. And so hopefully this has given you more to think about, if nothing else, as I kind of shared my journey. And please ask questions. I'm sure I left some details out, but I don't want this to get too long. But hopefully this was helpful for you. I did create a training called From Powerless to Powerful, which really explored things to think about, how to consider making a change. And so if that would be helpful for any of you, just let me know. I think it's super cheap, but meant to kind of help you think through a change. And so if you are really struggling with that, that might be helpful for you. All right, everybody. I do hope to see you down the road. Again, Lisa Haverly here, Nature Superhero Network. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.